Hello everyone, welcome on a new episode of Robert Spotlight.
Robert Spotlight.
Robert Spotlight. Robert Spotlight. Robert Spotlight.
Doing all this moderation stuff for Discord.
I'm a social media futurist.
Been a moderator at Be Friends.
Now it's my project because I love sports.
I'm speaking at NFT NYC.
Welcome on the show. Welcome everyone, welcome on a new episode of Robert Spotlight and Robert Spotlight, George Boya. George, welcome on the show.
Hello, Robert. Good to be here. Thank you, everyone, for coming. My name is George Boya. I'm a digital collage artist and full-time crypto artist for 2 years now.
Perfect. And so you just present yourself. Could you present a little bit how your journey before starting NFT art?
I started as a hand-cut collage artist 20 years ago. Of course, I could not support myself through art, so I did various other jobs, but I kept on doing my art. I evolved from the hand-cut collage to the digital collage later, and one thing led to another, and I found the crypto world. So through this process, I evolved more my art, making frame-to-frame animations and programmable art, a lot of it.
Okay, perfect. So it seems that you were an artist before doing NFT art with NFT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And wait, what bring you in the art world? Did your father, your mother, maybe what happened?
I think I was always a creative person, and I wanted to express my creativeness in some way. I did various forms of arts as a hobby when I was younger, but I loved digital collage in general because I love the idea of taking photos as snapshots of reality and manipulate them and give them a new form, a new symbolism. It was a very exciting medium. I think still it's a very exciting medium, of course. And, I was kind of hooked. I kept on doing art. And I think I discovered a lot about myself through this process. It was a very educating one. And I'm still learning. I'm still experimenting.
Okay, perfect. Could you share with us how you find out about NFT?
I found out about the crypto world in general at 2017, but it was another form of, trying to present your art and get rewarded with crypto. And I love the idea in general of cutting out the middleman. I had a lot of experience with galleries and stuff like that, and I saw that they're always trying to take advantage of the artist. So back at 2020, I learned about crypto art. I saw that it was started booming, so I started educating myself about what's going on. Set up a Twitter account. It was very much needed.
That was new for you? Twitter was new for you?
Yeah, I had an account, but I never really used it. I just made it and leave it like that. And, it was an exciting journey. I just leapt through the sea and started swimming. There was nothing else
Okay.
I could do, and still swimming there.
Okay, perfect. And did someone introduce you to the world, to the NFT world? Because you find it on the newspaper, but after, did someone help you to join the world?
No, not really. I think I found that myself, but I was very near to the crypto world, so it was easily for me to find everything. But you know, it was a new experience. So a lot of people helped me. I mean, a lot of artists to understand what's going on. So there was always help in one form or another. I think it's part of the crypto art community to help each other understand things, or even communicate between us. I mean, having such a global community of people.
Okay, perfect. And how long have you been? How long have you used NFT to create NFT art?
For 2.5 years, more or less.
Perfect, perfect. So 2.5 years. Okay. What? So you have a bit of knowledge today. What are the things that you know today that you will love to know when you started?
Well, I think for me the greatest problem was the technical stuff. I mean, I was never very good with you know, technology, and I was always afraid of you know, doing stuff. Maybe I will push the wrong button. Maybe I will. So I think that if I had this knowledge beforehand, I mean, if I was more familiar with the technology, that would have been an asset, and kind of advise other artists also. I mean, when they are beginning to check a bit the technology, trying to find out what exactly is happening, because sometimes it's not only the knowledge, but also the inspiration for us artists. Maybe the whole mechanism inspires you to make a new art or a new art path, let's say. But it was that mainly, the technical knowledge that I think I struggled a lot
Okay.
throughout those 2.5 years.
Okay. And so if an artist start today to use an NFT as a new medium, how would you advise him regarding the technical stuff? Could you send him somewhere to be able to have ready to use information? How would you advise someone new?
Well, I guess there are, you know, tutorials and stuff you can find at YouTube to educate yourself as a new artist. But my main advice, and I'm giving it also to new artists, is to take it easy at first. I mean, try not to mint stuff, get acquainted with the community through Twitter, find out who is who, find, you know, connections. It's not always about start minting and trying you know, to sell stuff. I mean, some artists can get very much discouraged if they don't, you know, sell something at the beginning and see that other people are selling. I mean, we're kind of sensitive. It's not only the money, it's also the admission from other people and stuff like that. So my advice is to take it easy, you know, try to understand what's going on through the crypto world and the technical, but also the philosophy behind, you know, the whole idea, because it's there is much philosophy behind everything. And then when they feel that they can present themselves and their art in a good way, then they can start minting, and you know, they can make it an event out of it.
Okay, perfect. So if I summarize what you just said. So first, I asked you what was the thing that you would like to know when you were started. So it was a technical aspect. After I asked you, how would you advise a new artist around this technical stuff? And you say so. So reply, it's to focus on the community first. To don't focus primarily in I'm going to mint, I'm going to do some sales. So it's first community first, and after try to sell.
Yeah, that's my idea. This is how I, you know, experienced the whole space as an artist, and this is my conclusion. I think that the artists that did it in this way, because there were artists that followed that way, in the long term they were more successful and more satisfied with the experience, because above all it is an experience. I mean, you must live it as good as it can be, and not struggle with the bad sides of this experience.
Okay, makes sense. Did there is any tools that exist today that you wish existed 2 years ago?
Well, I don't know. There are many tools that existed back then, but I never used them. I mean, more nowadays. I mean, I'm creating more on iPad and Procreate and stuff like that, and I find it, very, very easy and very relaxed to do art there. I wish that I would have started 2 years ago in that path, but the tools are constantly evolving. I don't know. There are AI tools now that could have been a good experience to maybe have them back then. I'm not sure.
Okay, so when I talking about the tools, I'm not really asking tools, artistic tools. I'm more talking about Web3 tools.
Web3 tools, yeah. Well, I cannot really answer about that. I don't. I try to remember that. Of course, there are a lot of tools now. I mean, you can create your own token if you like. You can have better interaction with your community, your fans as an artist. But I think more or less those tools existed back then also.
Okay, perfect. What about in a real life event? What are your thoughts about in real life event?
Well, I went to Lisbon, Portugal this spring for the event, the crypto art event there. It was an amazing experience. Meeting all the other artists that were talking for nearly 2 years, but never seen each other. It was like meeting friends. You never see them in real life. Very magical, very beautiful. I mean, I think that all artists should try and go to some event. I mean, if it is possible, to see all the people behind the screens and behind the art. It's amazing. I'm trying to go to every event I can go. It's really beautiful.
Okay. Do you have any event that you are going to attend on the near future?
Probably the NFT Paris event. I will. Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Okay, perfect. What is your schedule? What George Boya schedule looks like 1 week?
Usually I'm happy enough to have a studio where I'm working and doing all my stuff. I made it very comfortable, and that's the reason I'm usually not going out much. And my schedule is, waking up, having my coffee, trying to catch up with all the conversations on Twitter and what is happening what's the news in our crypto art community, and then start working until noon. Have a break there, and then continue at the afternoon, and at night again a little bit of Twitter. And more or less that's the life now.
Perfect. So it's or do you stay up to date? What are your source of information to stay up to date?
Well, if it's about a website, I usually get my news from CoinGecko, but I think it's Twitter that I get most of the information that it's really valuable for me as an artist. I mean, like a timeline of events that I can understand what's going on. Well, it got really too big. I think 2.5 years ago, it was so small that, opening the Twitter once a day, you could find out about everything that's happening in the crypto world. But, now it got bigger. There are circles and circles and circles of people doing stuff. So more or less, I focused on my circle of people and what they are doing.
Okay, perfect. So it's like you are watching what your close friends or close community is doing. As you said, Twitter, it's bigger and bigger. I mean, with Web3 perspective, there is a lot of fragmenting information outside of your friends and community. Do you follow or watch something externally? And if yes, what are you looking to?
Well, about crypto, more or less, I'm trying to keep up with the bigger news that are happening around, everything that we all see about exchanges crash and stuff like that, and how is it going with the technology in general, what countries are adopting, and what are they thinking, and all the stuff with the economy. I think there are a lot of connections, and we must learn about what's going on in, kind of seeing the bigger picture outside our crypto art world. And mostly, I get my information from various sites that or even YouTube. A lot of news from there. I mean, there are sources of information.
Okay. Can you name any channel? I try to help the audience. Can you name any name on the things that you are looking to?
Look, one channel that I always watching is the Modern Investor.
Okay. Yes, Kevin Ross.
Yeah. I like him because I'm watching his shows for 3 years maybe, and he's very consistent at what he's saying. It's not only the information, but he's very consistent. So it gives me the impression that I can trust the news that I'm, yeah. And well, a little bit of Chico Crypto. I mean, I'm watching him also. Who else? The guy, that British guy, who's very good also at having the information, but also, making a good show, something that you can enjoy watching aside, getting the information.
Okay, perfect. What are what excites you the most today on the field? Did there is anything, any news or any innovation that excites you the most?
I'm more excited about them. Yeah. I think in general, what I'm watching with crypto adoption and how the smart contracts are evolving, this gets me more excited about the future. I think that more local communities are emerging through the countries and stuff like that, and it looks like the whole crypto community is getting getting bigger, but from the inside. I mean, organizing it through countries and stuff like that. This is what excites me in general.
Okay, perfect. What would you love to watch happen? Like it's with the perspective of you identify a lack somewhere on the NFT or Web3 space. You identify a lack, something missing, and you would love to someone reply to that lack. Did there is something that fill that statement?
Yeah, I don't know. I felt a bit sad with the whole metaverse thing. I mean, it had a lot of momentum and it looked very beautiful. But you know, and I really thought that we are going in this way. But I saw that there was a decline of interest, and this got me a bit sad. I mean, I was watching I was thinking that we are going through this road, and it will eventually happen that way. But you know that I think it's lagging a lot now. This is something I didn't like much.
Okay, perfect. So let's talk about Mekana.
Yeah, that's a nice topic.
What can you say about Mekana, or this idea come in your mind?
Well, this is a blueprint, so it is sort of a generative artwork. Every one who collects one of them, he will get a random combination of the parts that I made. I love this project because it is like a bridge to my hand-cut artworks that I've started, and going to the digital art. And that was mainly the idea, and also the idea of you know, a game like Rubik's Cube with different colors and different sides, like a puzzle that the algorithm tries to, you know, solve and see how many parts will be purple, how many parts will be blue, like the sides of a Rubik's Cube. But also this idea of randomness and this idea of game, and also storytelling about you know, a surreal sci-fi world that is behind. This is the legendary one, which is animated, and the three sides that that are corresponding with the various feelings that we have, like you know, the inspiration, the fire is inspiration, and the space, the vast emptiness that we discover, and of course the nature side, our world, our home. Yeah.
So you name legendary. Did it's your favorite piece of the collection?
Yeah, I kind of love every one of them in a way.
But if you can pick only one iteration, which one is going to be?
Yeah, I will pick the legendary for sure. I will pick the legendary. But you know, because you know, there was a lot of testing. I had to test a lot of these pieces to see how they are coming together, and if technically it's fine or aesthetically beautiful. I've seen so many combinations that you know, made me love more the project. Unseen combinations and stuff like that. It's a very beautiful idea. In general, the blueprint is a very beautiful idea, and it really inspired me to create this project.
Okay. How long have you been working on it before the release?
For around maybe 2 months. Yeah, it needed a lot of work because the idea is like, you know, it's based on the stained glass art technique, like you see at the windows of churches with the little pieces of glasses. but instead of pieces of glass, I used pieces of photographs. And in general, some of my patterns that I invented myself in a way through combinations. And I had to put, every little piece manually, so it needed a lot of work.
Okay. And when was the release of the collection?
It was back at March.
March.
March, yeah.
March this 2022?
Yeah, 2022.
Okay, perfect. And did there is anything that you would like to, if you have a time travel machine and you can go back in the past, would you change anything on the process of building Mecana?
Well, I don't think so. I thought about it so much when I was creating. I mean, that for me it's perfect. I mean, I wouldn't have changed anything at all.
Okay.
About my art, indeed, I would have changed a lot of things if I had the chance to get back in time. I mean, I would have delved into digital art more quicker than I did now. I think. Yeah.
How would you achieve that? What you just said, you said that regarding my eye, and you said that you would like to change something, and my question is, how would you done that?
If I in a way took seriously the advices that a lot of people gave me in the past about trying to get in digital art, because the way I was working was a bit always like working with layers, so it was logical for me to get from the hand cut and go to the digital art. But Robert, there was always this thing that handmade art, for a reason, used to sound more valuable than digital art. So that was always the catch, that when I started working with the NFTs, this is where the main shift came. I mean, I started thinking the value of digital art, and this led me more to the digital art world than before. It's a bit of a change of mentality, I think. The different mentality took me to this road. The other mentality would have took me to another road. I mean, something like that.
Okay, perfect. On your mind, did there is any initiative to have like a Mecana edition 2, or like the evolution, or what are your current work in progress?
Well, I have it in my mind. Of course, it's a long-term project again, to expand the character into a larger figure and create some new adventures for it. I have the basis, but I want to create a larger story behind. So yeah, maybe she will be then a character in a different story, but in the same way, with the same more or less elements, so it can be connected to the main project. Yeah, I have those plans.
Okay. And what is so that is the target. What have you put in reality today so far?
Mostly I'm working and experimenting and doing little pieces, so I can later try to connect them into the larger image. So doing more like objects and bodies and stuff like that. And I'm setting up a library so I can later work on the larger project and have some stuff ready.
Some stuff. So you are thinking about recruiting someone?
Excuse me?
You just said you need some staff.
No, to have some stuff. I mean, some.
Oh, stuff. Sorry. So you mean stuff? Okay. No, sorry. Do you are you working alone? Do you have a team around you?
No. I'm working alone. I'm working alone, and sometimes we are collaborating with other artists. Sometimes one-to-one, sometimes in larger collaborations with many other artists, and but mainly I'm alone.
Okay. Do you never feel the need to have someone helping you on your artistic journey?
Well, yes and no, because I did in the past. I had other collaborators that we were working on. But I think that the way I'm thinking, it's difficult for other people to keep up with my ideas. I think sometimes, I feel that I want things to go my way very much. So, I stay alone, and I think it's better that way.
Okay. What is your major problem today, if you have one?
Well, I don't really have a major problem.
Everything goes smooth. There is no issue down the
Yeah,
line.
yeah, I'm happy, man, with this. I cannot, I don't want to find, a problem out of nowhere. I mean, there are minor problems. There are always problems, but I'm happy with my journey so far. I think that I had a very beautiful experience. I was relaxed. I was making art the way I wanted to be made. I saw that there was admission from the other people. I made friendships that I think will last. I get to, know what other people are doing in other parts of the world that I never had any contact. I mean, I'm cool. I'm happy.
Okay, perfect. What George Boya in 10 years look like?
Well, let's see. Hopefully, I hope to be the same on the outside. And I hope I will achieve some of my greater projects that I have in mind, and be more satisfied with, my my career as an artist. I would also to have the opportunity to travel a lot, so I will be more fulfilled with memories and experiences, and hope the crypto art world will be something mainstream, and yeah, this kind of stuff.
Okay, perfect. And so you just talk about travel. Does there is any destination that you have in mind?
Well, I don't know. I have, friends from all around the world, and I would really like to go. Let's say I would like to, go to India at some point to see my friends there. So, I can have a very different experience also from Europe and or Southeast Asia, maybe those places. I would love to travel everywhere. To tell you the truth.
Okay, perfect. So basically, you want to have your backpack maybe and go on the road.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I mean, the freedom that this movement gave me, not only me, I think to all of us, and we must exploit it in a way. We started through COVID, so no one could travel and see stuff. But even without that, we got to know each other, and in a way, we changed our lives together. And this is something very important for all of us. And at some point, I would like to go to see my friend Fabin at India, or my friends at Philippines, or at Venezuela, and all these countries.
Perfect. I was muted. Perfect. Okay, great. Did there is anything that you wanted to talk about and I didn't provide you the time to do so?
Well, I want to say some things about what I'm thinking in general about the blockchain art and how about us artists. I think that the main advantage, I think it's that we are cataloging our artworks in a immutable blockchain. I think this is very, very important. I think more important than making money or stuff like that, because in a way, it's like we're engraving our name in a rock. I mean, as long as the blockchain exists, our art and our names will exist. This is, the most important thing about an artist and a creator. I mean, how many artists got lost in the history because they didn't have their name cataloged somewhere. Now we have them as a movement, the Baroque movement, and some artists we never know about them. I mean, what if there was another great artist behind all these anonymous artworks that we admire? So the blockchain is very, very important, and I think we maybe, how can I say it, undervalue its value.
I get it.
Yes. Because it might seem that it is something digital and doesn't exist, but on the other side, it could be the hardest material that you can have your name on it. It could last, I mean, for hundreds of years, as long as it is updated and all that stuff.
Okay, make a lot of sense. So my understanding of what you just said, it's like first we cannot see the real power of the blockchain. We underestimate is a true power, and artists should join that movement because with the power of the blockchain, artists will become like immortal.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Anything else, George?
Well, I think this was one thing. Like I always try to, say. I mean, it is the most important thing for me.
Perfect. I have a question for you, George. What is NFT for you?
Well, what is the NFT? The NFT for me, I will make again the same speech. It's the eternal, the thing that can be so versatile. So it can be money, it can be a work of art, it can be the contract. I mean, it's like a natural law in a digital world. I don't know if it makes some sense. I mean, in our world, we have our laws, I mean, gravity, stuff like that, and all this. And in the digital world, the laws are, the code, the NFTs, all that stuff. I don't know if, in a way, people are trying to find applications for the real world for all this stuff, even crypto. I mean, they always ask that, how can I use that in the real world or stuff like that. But I don't think that they are meant to be used in the real world. They are meant to be used in the digital world, which is another world. Again, our world, but maybe the world of a world of imagination and spiritual world that would only lead us to understand ourselves better. I mean, I think that's the idea behind the digital world, and the NFTs are like the backbone of the digital world, are the value. I mean, the digital world, a world cannot exist without value. There must be a value somewhere, something that we all agree that has a value. In the real world, it can be gold, it can be, I don't know, valuable items and stuff like that. But in the digital world, the NFTs are making the value. Their rarity, their scarcity, their immutability, in a way. I don't know if it makes sense. Sorry, Robert.
No. Basically it's your reply. So it's good for me. I'm just asking you what is an NFT. You just reply. It was a wonderful conversation. So I hope that I give you enough space for you to present your perspective view, your heart with Mekana. And I hope that I gave you a great opportunity to spread the word about the world. Sorry, about who you are as a human and as an artist.
Indeed. Thank you very much for that.
So thank you, George, to join Robert Spotlight, and I will see you on social, on Twitter.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity, Robert. And, it was very good to be here and talk about all my stuff and weird ideas sometimes. But, I'm thinking a lot about this because, it's doing stuff, it's one thing, but also thinking about them. Sometimes they inspire you. Sometimes, you say that, wow, I mean, what's happening now? What is this whole world, all the excitement, all the new things? Sometimes can be a little frightening also, but with all this tech around going.
Perfect. So thank you again, George, and we talk later on social.
My pleasure.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye from me.